Okay, so you want to know what to do when you have vertigo to get rid of that dizzy feeling and feel better. So the main thing is doing the Epley maneuver, which will help to move the crystals in your inner ear that have gotten into the wrong spot. So basically, you've got like this tube in your ear that's kind of like in a, we call it not a circle, but kind of like a spiral. And when you move your head around, the crystals move, and that's how your brain tells you that you're in a certain position. But you have inflammation or something going on in that area, and I think it causes that tube to be like squeezed or whatever, or somehow it's not normal, and so then your crystals will get stuck in that area, and so you continuously feeling dizzy, or like when you move your head a certain way, then you get dizzy and it doesn't go away very easily. So do the Epley maneuver that is in the other video by the chiropractor guys. I have done that, and it worked for me. I think I had to do it twice. I haven't had to do that in a long time, because now I know when I start to feel a certain way, I do certain things to just head it off, and then I never get to that point. So, but if you do the Epley maneuver, then you need to make sure that afterwards, and they tell you this in the video, I just want to reiterate that you need to keep your head level. So you don't want to be like looking down. Like, you can look down with your eyes, but don't move your whole head down. Don't move your chin. So basically, you don't want to be moving your chin below this level, and you don't want to be moving side to side, because then those crystals are going to start moving again. So you need to like give yourself a break from your brain from having to process that information. So, and then the other thing is your eyes, because your eyes will tell you if you're moving right. So if you're talking to somebody and they're like moving their hands a lot and they're moving their head a lot, I found that would make me motion sick. I'm not moving, but they're moving, and so my eyes are trying to, I guess, figure out stuff, and it's making me motion sick. So I would suggest just being by yourself, or being with somebody that's not going to be moving around a lot. I mean, the best thing would be just like to take a nap or meditate, just sit and meditate. Because the other thing is, you don't want to be laying down. Because I found that when I laid down, that it would come back, because then, like I said, you don't want to move your chin, right? So you need to keep it this way. If you lay down, then it's now moved into the upward position. So you want to sit up as much as possible, and even like sleeping, I was afraid to lay down. So I would actually prop pillows up, like a wedge pillow, against the wall and sleep as much upright as possible. I mean, I might be like a little bit of an angle, but it was better than laying flat down. So you want to just keep your head level for the rest of the day, and then you should be okay, like within 24 hours or something. So then once you start to feel better, then, then the nausea should go away too. So if you're experiencing nausea, then what I do that helps pretty immediately, like within 5 minutes, is peppermint oil. If you have peppermint candies, it's okay, but the peppermint oil is a lot more potent. So what I do is I get peppermint essential oil, and it could be any brand. I use doTERRA, but anything that's a pure oil, and I put just a drop in my palm, just one drop, don't do more than one. Well, if you do two by accident, it's okay, but just know it's going to be a lot stronger. And I take my middle finger and I dip it into the drop, and then I put it in the roof of my mouth, as far as back as I can go without, gagging myself. And it's going to spread around your mouth, and it's going to be really strong. It's going to like open up your sinuses, that's for sure. And that's what you want. It's going to go, you're going to swallow it, that's okay. And that's going to help the nausea go away. And then I rub it between my hands, and then I put it on the back of my neck where the lymph nodes are back here, and so that helps to make you feel better, kind of like helps you to calm down, because you get all like, you know, worried about when are you going to feel better and why is this happening to you. At least that's what's going through my head when I'm experiencing it. And then I cup my hands and I breathe it in. So I'll put it over my nose and my mouth, so that way I can breathe in as much as possible the peppermint into my, well, I'm breathing it in through my nose. But for some reason you have a stuffy nose and you can't breathe in through your nose, breathe in through your mouth. But just breathe in as much as you can, and it makes my eyes water. It's like so strong. And sometimes you get kind of like a sharp feeling, at least I do, in the sinuses. But I feel like that's a good thing, because I feel like it's attacking that inflammation or congestion in there and getting it to recede. So do that for however long you can stand it for, and then make sure you wash your hands afterwards and not touch your eyes, because then it doesn't feel good when you get peppermint in your eyes. It has happened to me. And then if you still feel nauseous after that, then I would stimulate the acupressure points on your wrist. So if you put your fingers right where the wrist bends, and then right where your third finger is, or just below it, I mean, you kind of have to feel around. So you have some tendons there, so feel in between the tendons and kind of poke in there gently. When you feel a sore spot, that's the spot. And so you just want to kind of press on it. It can either, doesn't matter what finger, just want to apply pressure to it. And you got to do it to both sides, most likely. I don't know, try doing one side and it makes you feel better, then you don't have to do the other side. But if you're not feeling total relief, then do the other side. And it'd be best if you could do both sides at the same time, which you can't do with your hands, because it's kind of, I haven't found a way to do it. I mean, you kind of, I don't know if that's the right spot. I don't have nausea right now, so I'm not sure if that's the right spot. But anyway, if you wanted something to help you do that, then they have at the drugstore these stretchy bands with a little like half bead of plastic on it, and then you put that on and it's going to be pressing on that area. So I think they call them sea bands because people use it for seasickness to prevent that from happening. So you can get those, but I actually bought some, and I found that after a while that started to bother me, so I had to take it off. But by then I wasn't feeling bad anymore anyway, so that's one thing you can do. If you don't want to go buy those bands, then you could improvise and get like a band-aid and maybe like some kind of like bean or marble or like a chickpea or something that's, you know, small and round that will press on that area underneath the band-aid. So you basically just want to get that point stimulated with some kind of feeling. So the other thing you could do is, if you had these patches, these patches do the same thing. They're phototherapy patches made by LifeWave, and they stimulate the surface of the skin by returning the energy from your body, so like basically your body heat, back into your body, but I don't feel it, at least. Some people have told me that they feel a cool or warm sensation, but that will help to stimulate that point as well, and you can stick those on there. So I know I've done that, and it has helped. But sometimes I have to apply the pressure too when I like had a really bad bout of nausea. So that is what can help with the dizziness and nausea. And if you want to know how to avoid vertigo, or if you're like starting to feel it coming on and want to nip it in the bud, then I can give you some more information on that in another video. Okay, so I hope this helps.